What's going on, guys? I know it's been a while, so I want to start this video off by apologizing for not uploading for a while. It's been almost a month. Actually, it might be a month now since I did the flares and I updated you with anything. So here's your update video. Today I am installing some wheel spacers. I'm not installing wheels, so I'm just installing some spacers right now to see how, basically, before I roll the fenders or I lift the car up or I do anything to anything super expensive or irreversible, I want to put some spacers on that will basically push the wheels out past the fenders and see if I can do it. If I put spacers on and I don't rub at all, then I can go ahead and buy wheels and I know I'm safe and I don't have to alter anything. But if I'm rubbing really bad with the spacers, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments before I buy wheels. So that's what the whole thing's about. I also got some Perrin rear window vents because I'm hitting the track next Saturday. I'm planning on running the car. I might do a pass or two because I don't want to fry the clutch, but I put some window vents in if it's hot. It's nice to have those. And so as you see behind me, I've been working on all kinds of projects. I got the freaking, this is a go-kart from my buddy's son, and he bought it, he's putting a bigger motor on it and everything, and wanted it painted orange to match his Cobra. And I have a motorcycle gas tank back there. So it's been crazy. I've been so busy and I just haven't had time to film. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna put these window vents in quick, kind of see how they look, and then I'm gonna throw these spacers on and see what kind of fitment we got and see if we rub. Well, never mind. I'm that idiot that doesn't read the full description before I buy something. And basically, I ordered the spacers. They showed up. Here they are. ISC 30 or 25 millimeter. Ordered them from Speed, and it's only a pair. They show a picture of 4, which is kind of deceiving, but it does say in the description, sold as a pair. And I just didn't even think about it because most people don't want 2 wheel spacers. Most people need 4. I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys when the next shipment arrives. What's going on, guys? I'm back. It has been 4 days since my last video. I have all 4 on the car now. I installed them last night. Didn't get around to filming it, but they're on now. Also, since the last clip, I have also painted my fender flares. If you want to check that video out, it'll be posted the video before this one. Let's give you an idea what it looks like. So I don't know if you guys remember what these looked like before, but they looked pretty hideous as far as, well, I mean, now that they're painted, it looks 10 times better, but I'm talking about the wheel fitment. It definitely looks a lot nicer being put out this, to where they are. It's not a massive difference. I mean, I still have some gap there, obviously, especially in the back. If I didn't have these flares on, though, I would have a really nice fitment. It would sit perfectly flush. But with the flares, you can see there's about 1/4 of an inch where it doesn't come out. So anyways, here's the plan. I'm gonna drive the car around, see how bad it rubs or if it rubs at all. What I'm gonna end up doing is trying to get wheels that sit nice and flush with the flares but don't rub. If I have to roll the fenders, I will, but I don't really want to. I'm not planning on cutting them. I'm not planning on pulling them. If I have to put the car on stock freaking springs, I will. These are on H&R springs, which are 2-inch drop springs. So I could always switch to like a RCE yellow, which are like 1.5, so not quite as low. So I could always do that. The tires both stick out just over the factory lip. So we'll be able to see really quick if we're rubbing. And the whole thing is, I plan on getting 18-inch wheels. So if these wheels, if I rub with these wheels and tires with this setup, then what I can do is get a smaller sidewall, because I'm planning, these are 18-inch factory wheels. I forget if they're 7.5 inches wide or 8 inches wide, but when I get my wheels, I'm either going to go with a 10 or 10.5 most likely. I'd go with a 9.5, but I know it's not going to be any more filled out than these with the spacers. So I'm going to go with probably a 10, maybe a 10.5. And what I can do is get a slight stretch if I have to, and a smaller sidewall. So this has a 40 sidewall on it. I can go with a 35. We'll see. Well, let's take this thing for a spin. It looks 10 times better than what it did. 10 times better. My driveway here might actually be a really good test because my driveway is awful. These tires actually sit really close to the fender, so we'll see. These springs are really stiff though. They're not very spongy, so the car doesn't bounce up and down much at all. When I hit a bump, it stays pretty solid. The spring probably hardly compresses when I hit bumps because it's stiff. It's a really stiff ride. Okay, went over my first bump in the road and no scraping. Okay. You know what's funny? Oh, I hope you're not getting wind noise from those window vents. I almost... Wow. I completely forgot, guys, how much better the car handles with a wider setup. I don't care what anybody says. With these, even with spacers, you know, and spacing out. Oh my God. It handles so much better. It's like completely different. So I'm excited for my wide wheels and some nice beefy tires. Hopefully I can put beefy tires on it. I don't want to have to stretch my tires like crazy. But okay. I mean, my car doesn't have much body roll anyway, but with the I'm not getting any scrubbing or rubbing with doing that. Just jolting the car left and right. All right, guys, I've hit quite a few bumps. I'm going 55, 60. I've gone about 3 miles now, and honest to God, I haven't rubbed once yet. So this is really good news, because that means if I get wider wheels, I should be okay. If I get wider wheels with the same sidewall, it's not going to impact it whatsoever. So this is good. I'm going to keep driving and I'll keep you updated. All right, guys, I just put on about another 10, 15 miles. Not a single rub. I just hit a big bump, so I think we're good to go. I missed it. I literally stopped recording and I got one little rub. It wasn't even on a real big bump either, but the way the car kind of like jiggled over it, it did rub a little bit on the back, on my side on the back. So I imagine if I had another passenger or people in the back seat, I'd probably rub. That's the only one that I heard though. I heard it rub just then, but that is the only one that I heard. So let's get out and check the damage, see what we're looking at. Oh yeah, I put a little groove in the tire. Well, I wouldn't even call it a groove. I can actually wipe it off with my fingers. So here we go. You can see just there. I can literally wipe it off, but you can see I rubbed. Wow, that's not bad at all. I bet you if I rolled this and then I went ahead and I stretched, once I get wheels, and I stretched the tire just a little bit so it's ever so slightly angled, with this rolled and the angle here at the flare, I think would be okay. All right, guys, well, that's gonna conclude today's video. I am pulling the car back in the garage, and we're gonna call it quits for now. So now I know basically what I gotta do. I think we're gonna be okay. You know, maybe just a little bit of stretch on the tire or something. So I think we'll be okay. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hopefully you enjoyed the video.